values like freedom, truth, and hope. And it has been backed by some of the most influential modern voices for freedom like Ross Ulbricht, Edward Snowden, Elon Musk, Trump, the US administration, democratic nation states, and millions of people worldwide. So the true nature of Bitcoin may be that it is the world's most valuable brand and asset, embodying the highest human ideals of freedom, truth, and censorship resistance. It is a global social network, far surpassing any single company or entity that humanity has ever created. It is far greater than something like, say, physical gold or the dollar, which lack any values or ideologies whatsoever. They may even have negative
Hey, how your copy trading been going?
And it is a societal force with the potential to become one of the most powerful forces ever created in human history, with the power to sway elections, shape society, and change real lives. And so I was at the Bitcoin conference, and when Ross Ulbricht walked onto stage, and he was sentenced to life in prison for the Silk Road project, and he told the Bitcoin community,
I'm free, and it's because of you. Let that sink in. You did this.
Yeah, I think.
Thank you.
Oh, have you seen this right
so
here?
It was clear to me that Bitcoin is not just money. It is a network with financial might behind it.
We releasing
and
this
despite
soon.
some people thinking, well,
you can just get on now too.
Intangible, virtual. It can't really affect or change people's lives, can it?
And it's smooth how you
is proof that Bitcoin is real
get to
enough
pick your
to
positions. Look how
lives.
quick, look how smooth
And
this
so
is.
with what are ultimately
33% of
values
my
at
bag.
its digital core, Bitcoin may be
I want to do
humanity's greatest
50%
asset.
take profits.
And so that's really what I took away from the Bitcoin conference.
20%
It is
stop
not
loss.
a tech conference. It is not a business
in the
conference.
game.
It is an entire movement
Look how
of
smooth
people.
that is,
Those
bro.
people are not tech pros. Although there
Open
are engineers
orders.
and programmers within the community, it is far more expansive than that.
Order
Including
plays.
like the Trump administration,
Look at me.
the SEC chair
I have
Hester Peirce, who was
BTC.
there. She gave a good talk,
I
setting
have
a new
BTC.
direction that the government expects you to behave like adults, no crying in the casino.
Then they come in
Now
and
let me
they're
get
like,
out this
"Well,
trade
why
though, 'cause I ain't trying to get
aren't
nobody
you
no
protecting
money.
me? Hey, crypto loan, where's my bailout fund?" And I mean, yes.
The
you
minute
should
it go
have
green,
freedom to
I'm
make
out.
Your own choices. And
While I'm
when it goes
demoing.
wrong, pick yourself
I
up,
should've
dust
looked, though.
yourself off, learn
I
from
really
it,
should've looked.
and do better next time. And that is the best way to move forward.
And the two Trump brothers, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, showed up building Bitcoin-based businesses. Vivek Ramaswamy showed up building a hedge fund based on
I'm messing
Bitcoin.
up my
There was
P&L,
JD Vance,
just
the vice
randomly
president,
grabbing it
and
like
Bo
this.
Hines, the executive director on digital assets in the White
BTC,
House.
I
The
just
whole
need a little
administration is
pinky.
aligned to bring
Pinky.
Bitcoin and
So I can get
digital
out of here.
asset technologies into the
0.07.
forefront. And so for me,
Oh, we
overall,
green, baby.
this was the
I'm
first
out
Bitcoin
here.
conference I'd been to. I didn't really know what to expect. I was trying to figure out who are the
Dude,
faces behind
dude.
Bitcoin, who are these people? And I was surprised that it was just all sorts of people.
That's so
And at first you might even think, is this like a cult that I've stumbled into? Is this some religion? But then you realize, well, fiat itself is a cult.
Bro, that's how you make
This is a
20
movement,
cents,
a group of people
dog.
who share beliefs and values. You take a look
You
at the
seen
values,
that?
they are some of the highest
see me?
human
You see
values
me,
in
dog?
freedom, truth, hope.
20
And so then
cents is
looking closer, you
nothing.
find this is backed by some of the most powerful modern voices for freedom and democratic nation states. And as long as humanity fights for freedom, Bitcoin will rise. And you realize that this is a movement. It is a social network, quite possibly the world's most powerful network. Now, as for where Bitcoin is going, I will give you my price projections, but a lot of alignment goes towards essentially a 10x Bitcoin to $1 million in about 4 years. And the
Tell
reason
me,
for
you
this
gotta
is, first of all,
get
there's
in,
projected
bro.
stablecoin growth by both the
You know,
US
leverage
Treasury
trade,
and
you're like,
Citibank to 10x. And so if stablecoins 10x from around $200 billion in market cap to 2 trillion or so as estimated, I mean, Bitcoin is currently at 2 trillion market cap. I think we can expect Bitcoin to also follow that growth trajectory to also 10x in about 4 years. And there's already a massive stablecoin revolution and momentum underway. You've got some of the biggest banks like JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America looking into launching their own crypto stablecoins with the Genius Act and other stablecoin laws underway. You've got fintech businesses like Stripe, Visa, MasterCard, and all of the finance industry moving in on stablecoins. And you've got US Treasury Secretary promoting stablecoins as a way to strengthen the value of the dollar globally. I mean, with that, we're going to see competition from all other nations. This will not be optional. The euro's going to need to get a stablecoin version, the yen, the pound, the Swiss franc. Everybody is going to enter this space. And with that, we are going to be seeing exponential growth of Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin is a lot like a snowball. The higher the value goes, the greater the network strength, the more valuable it becomes, and it rolls bigger exponentially. And so my expectation is that it will only accelerate. If we take a look at the top assets by market cap, Bitcoin is currently just around the same value as Google. And so this, I believe we can expect as the world's most valuable asset and a global decentralized network. I mean, it has the potential to far exceed all of these single brand entity companies. And, if it were to match the market cap of gold, that would be a 10x, also aligning with our predictions. Around a $20 trillion market cap where it would find some equilibrium. And of course, with volatility, we may even see prices come above $1 million. And then the other metric we can consider here is the Bitcoin price chart, but you do that on a logarithmic scale because Bitcoin moves exponentially. And so when you plot Bitcoin on that logarithmic scale, you can see that it is currently on trend. You've got this linear line,
wait a
which
minute.
Bitcoin is moving exponentially.
Do I see a
and
trend?
it is projected to reach exactly around $1 million in roughly 4 to 5 years. And so we've got three metrics here.
Sometimes I gotta jump up on here.
About $1 million.
Sometimes I just gotta jump on here because I know sometimes people need to like see like bro.
Bitcoin, you've got the gold market cap match.
I got a question.
And then
So you see what I'm doing right now, right? You see this, right?
And one more thing I learned at this conference is I think everyone is severely
You see, I got this good BTC. You know what I'm saying? I got my entries. I got my stop losses.
In Bitcoin,
and bro,
a little bit. I think we all understand and agree that Bitcoin is value. That is non-controversial at this point. Everybody should have a little bit. You see, everybody agrees. It's common knowledge. We all know to get some Bitcoin.
I'm ready. Yeah, I actually got another. Matter of fact, since I'm just over here with the foolishness. 102 to 104. Stop loss 98. Initial target 108. So let me see. So I could do let me do a limit. What I want. Do a limit. 102.4. Let's do that. And where's my take profits? Okay, we can get it, man. We can just get to it, man. TP right there. Oh, that's 245%. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And we gonna do where the stop loss at, man. Let's go. Let's go. 98.50 market order. I do a little whoop whoop with my liquidation price. Oh yeah. Bro. Boom. Submit my order. Oh, you don't have the facilities for that. You don't have the facilities for that, big man? Oh, wait. Let me check my order. Check my order. Do we have the facilities for that? Wait. Need my funding. Let's go. Oh, I needed my funding. I had to make sure my funding was correct. Now I have a BTC limit order right here. Set. You dig? We're ready. We are ready. And I have my take profit marks. I have my stop market. I have everything that's necessary. And I have this ETH log. Ew. Oh yeah, see. So when we open that ETH, we went bam, bam. We're ready. We are ready. Now, if I can get a fill, we're going to the moon, Rootsy. You hear me? Rootsy? We're going to the fucking moon. I'm doing another account. It's like what the fuck is it? It's a the fuck is it? It's a demo account. I sent a thing out there. I don't know if I need to start with $100 or $1,000. I want to see how much we can do just using Gemach tools, nothing else. Speed run. So like, what do you think? $100 or $1,000? Because I was thinking $100 just because like most people have access to $100. When you start going $1,000, it starts like eliminating people. Yeah, we're gonna do it for the Hyundai. I need some slap going on this bitch. He said the Bitcoin social network is the next thing going. Ain't that some stuff?
I thought I was looking at a glitch when I seen this because I was like, nah, wait a minute, is this an old story? This can't be a new story. But they are being charged with rape and trafficking and a whole lot of other stuff. Check it out. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel with some of your notifications.
The British government has charged Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan with rape and human trafficking, among other charges. The BBC reports the Crown Prosecution Service filed the charges after receiving new evidence against the far-right influencer brothers from a regional police
Have a good service.
Andrew Tate faces 10 charges connected to 3 alleged victims, while Tristan faces 11 charges connected to 1 alleged victim, on allegations dating back between 2012 and 2015, according to reports. The brothers have previously rejected the UK allegations, saying they are, quote, very innocent men. Despite also facing similar charges in their country of residence, Romania, the British-American brothers were allowed to return to the United States in February. At the time, Andrew said of the charges against them,
We live in a democratic society where it's innocent until proven guilty, and I think my brother and I are largely misunderstood. There's a lot of opinions about us, a lot of things that go around about us on the internet. We've yet to be convicted of any crime in our lives ever.
Reports say they have since returned to Romania, where they face charges of sex with a minor and trafficking. They both deny the allegations. According to the BBC, those charges will be handled after the criminal cases are concluded in Romania. For Inside Edition.
So, Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan who let me go on record by saying that I do not believe even a little bit that these guys have done what they're accusing them of. I also want to ask a question to the chat, and my question to the chat is this. These are charges in the UK. All right, these are charges in the UK. The UK notoriously, they got an extension from Trump in order to negotiate better trade deals. But these are charges in the UK. With them being in Romania and traveling back and forth between the United States and Romania, can they be shipped back to the United Kingdom in order to face charges from Romania? Somebody give me some insight on that. Somebody give me some insight on that. And these charges and allegations are from like 2011 to 2013 or something like that. It's from like something from 10 to 12 years ago. Could they be charged in the UK? This is not old. This is not old. This is very new. I agree with you, Jeremy. I think that people are just suing them. I think that they just after them. But see, this is why you can't get too big, because when you get too big, then you become notorious. When you become notorious, you become a target. This is why a lot of people that have money and have resources have decided that they no longer want to be at the forefront, or they are, this is where silent wealth comes from. There's so many different reasons why people choose not to be in the spotlight when they get resources, when they get rich. Unfortunately, for some people, the visibility comes with it because that's attached to the service that you offer, right? Meaning that if you do something and your image is one of the ways in which you make money or resources, which obviously they are, and you start to become notorious because people don't necessarily care for you, then that can negatively affect you, because that visibility can be the same thing that takes you down. The visibility makes you a target. Why do women then file civil suits, for example, against men that they don't necessarily agree with? Well, it's because the visibility makes you a target. That's why they say that wealth is silent, because most people would prefer not to have what comes along with it. Contrary to popular belief, you couldn't imagine how crazy it could be, the fact that you can't even go outside. Do you know that people like Leonardo DiCaprio, or even Andrew Tate, or even Obama, I've seen a video of Barack and Michelle Obama, and they was like in Chicago, they was going to visit somebody, I don't even know who they was going to visit or whatever. But Barack and Michelle Obama went back to Chicago, put our politics aside for a second, you'll be able to understand what I'm saying. They went back to Chicago for whatever reason. And people was like, oh, the Secret Service is around. Oh, they over in that house. It was a crowd that started to gather just to get a glimpse of them walking from the door over to the car for the Secret Service, and then for them to just drive away. People can't walk down the street. If you walk down the street, then they pulling out their camera, they're waiting for you to say something stupid, and then people on the internet is gonna say, see, it's giving entitled, it's giving this, it's giving that. If you ever become successful, be careful what you ask for. It's a lot of people that pray for fame. People pray for visibility, they pray for fame. They don't know how to handle it. When I see people all the time that become famous for whatever reason, they could be a streamer, they could be a YouTuber, they could be an entertainer, and they don't know how to handle it. And so then when people come up to them, they may get the big head, but at the same time they they're going to be by themselves. People come up and they say, you know, oh, hey, what's going on? And then they have a bad attitude as a result of it. You can't have a bad day when you get visibility. Because all it takes is one person to have a negative disposition about you, and it starts another rumor. Rumors has been started about me, and I don't even, with no proof, nobody can say anything. They just like, yep, that's what he is. Yep. Exposed. It can just be a rumor. That's just the end of the conversation. No paperwork, no nothing. Imagine getting into a situation where somebody have a bad interaction with you. You can't have a bad day. I've had tough days, super tough days, where life be life and it be a life event that's happening. Somebody in my family, you know what I'm saying, is going through it, and then it comes over to me, and then I gotta go send them some money, or somebody go to jail or something. And then somebody walk up to you and they don't know, it's not their fault. Hey, what's going on? Oh man, I seen you online, man. And then they say something like this, man, I seen you online, bro. I rock with your content or whatever, bro. Can we flick it up? You know what you gotta do? Smile. You learn how to get a pose. You learn how to get a pose. Facts, ABJ's wise, smooth, wise, strong and smooth. Wise, strong and smooth. ABJ's wise and strong. You learn how to get a pose. You know what the pose is? They get on the right side, you get on the left side, you take a pose, you always point at them like this. You learn not to actually put your hands on, behind them or anything like that. These are things that you learn that you were never taught, because most people don't have training, media training, for what it takes when you start your visibility. So you just do the pose. So saying, you get the pose. And it don't matter how you feel. It's the same thing when it comes to businesses. It's the same thing when it comes to businesses. Because nobody cares about whether or not your mama died or your daddy died, or you got issues, or your kids is bad, or they got kicked out of school. You know what they want? They want their chicken. They want their hair done. That's why people hate hairdressers. People change hairdressers more than anything. Women change nail techs and they change hairdressers. You know why? Because most of the time women business owners, they life be lifing and they let it affect what they do for a living. And so the hairdresser is always like, oh, I had to drop my kids off at school. Oh, I had to do this. Oh, I had to do that. That's why they're bad business owners. They're horrible business owners. You know why? Because nobody cares about your life circumstances. They want what they want from you. Whatever the services that they pay for, whatever it is that you're doing, or whatever your celebrity is, they have an expectation of what you're supposed to be like, and they want it tomorrow. They want it yesterday. I don't believe that these guys did what they said that they did. The Romanian government has been after these guys forever. They tried to take their cars, they tried to bankrupt them, they tried to do all of that. I believe that people are mad at the fact that they can't continue to feminize men, and these guys represent the anti of whatever it is that society is going towards as far as a liberal perspective. Over in the UK, over in Romania, they don't want these guys to continue. I think it's the war on men, honestly. I think that Andrew and Tristan Tate is an exemplification of the war on men. It is at a very high level. This is a war on masculinity. Forget men, it's a war on masculinity. When I see every single government in the freaking world is trying to go after these guys, get the heck out of there. They don't even be in the UK. They don't even be in the UK.
Yep, last Wednesday.
What did you think when you saw him out there?
It was good. He's still learning. He's been learning a ton defensively and offensively, as we know. But that was more so fundamentals, techniques. It wasn't a ton of 11 on 11, 7 on. It was more fundamentals, techniques, communication, that was what that kind of last Wednesday was, and he's been learning with those guys and meet with them extra as he's needed to.
There was a defensive.
Yeah, he was out with us last Wednesday.
What do you think when you saw him out there?
I think he's pretty good. Yeah, no, I'm fired up to have him out there, and he did a very good job, getting out there, and he's done a great job with Coach Milas and Coach Lascari, a couple of the other coaches on staff, just spending time, and he's doing extra every day, so I have a ton of respect for everything that he's done to this point.
Tyree, what do you think about Travis Hunter?
They gonna be ass.
What the hell? I'll call a shot here too. Jacksonville Jaguars week 1. I'm setting the number of snaps for Travis Hunter in week 1. Because at some point you're going to have to put him out there, offense and defense, in the same day. And that day is week 1 home against Carolina. We're going to see it. Number of snaps I'm setting at 65 over under. Week 1. Travis Hunter, 65 snaps over.
I was going to say 80.
80's a lot, pal. That means he plays every rep on offense and a quarter to maybe half the reps on defense. That's a lot.
Why'd you trade up for him then?
Well, you got to work him in. You got to figure it out. Because you're not going to do it in the preseason. You're not going to see it. You will not see Travis Hunter fully uncorked, unwrapped till week 1. You're not going to see it.
But he'll play offense and defense in the preseason.
Maybe. But not to the tune of what we're talking about in week 1.
No, but maybe one game he plays
So
offense.
You're taking the over.
I'll take the over. Yeah.
So where do you set the line?
Well, I was gonna say,
80?
what is the average snaps in a game? Is what?
Well, I mean, it's
60 probably.
It's if a team has a great day on offense,
right.
You're going to get 65, 70, maybe 80. That's insane snaps. It won't be every single one of them.
So that's 120 to 130 plays per game. Yeah, I'll say he plays 2/3 of that. Yeah, I'll say 80.
TJ.
I mean, numbers. You guys lost me with the over-unders.
There's a guy over there. Take a stand, man. You got a damn stick in your hand.
And I'm so happy for Travis because this young man has done everything asked and some. And I'm grateful just to be able to know his family, know his mom, strong woman. His younger brother obviously is on the team, but bro, this dude has done everything as a model citizen. And yet people still play the guy.
It's him and really exciting that as well.
This is funny because as we were prepping for this show, right? One of the producers, Brennan Cole, was like, "Yo, I don't know how to ask this question, but is this like a cultural thing that people give, their significant others a car?" It's like, no, that's I got money. I have money now. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get her whatever she wants.
Yeah.
But no, on a serious note, bro, people love to project their fears on other people. And when you think about a guy like Travis Hunter, who's been nothing less but a model citizen, is a person like myself who is not married, right?
Me neither.
We knew that, baby. A person who's not married, you get the flag. Why don't you, man, you keep having all these babies, then marry the girl. You got a dude that's literally doing what the status quo is to marry, and it's still issues. Oh, they didn't sign a prenup. It's so many things that people don't talk about regardless. So the moral of the story, bro, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Man, just be happy. And it is abundantly clear that this man is extremely happy. So I'm rooting for him in every single way, shape, because they're doing it their way.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel what I'm saying? And I just keep wishing nothing but success for that couple, new marriage couple, and don't prove them wrong, prove you guys right.
Yeah.
Welcome to NFL Madness, the channel where football isn't just a game, it's a revolution. Today, we're diving into a story that's shaking the foundations of the NFL. Travis Hunter, the unicorn of football, is rewriting the rules with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is no ordinary Talaeus, a saga of ambition, risk, and the chase for greatness. Buckle up, because we're about to unpack why Hunter is the most electrifying player in the league today. Hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the madness. But before we crown Hunter as the NFL's next legend, let's rewind to the chaos that brought him to Jacksonville. The 2024 NFL season was supposed to be the Jacksonville Jaguars' coronation. After a promising 2023, they were poised to dominate. This wasn't a rebuild, it was the year up. But football, folks, doesn't care about your plans. And 0-4 S-Tart crushed their hopes faster than a blitzing linebacker. Then came the gut punch. Trevor Lawrence, their golden quarterback, was placed on injured reserve, missing 7 games, the second most by a Jaguars starting QB, only behind Nick Foles' 8 in 2019. Even when healthy for the first 9 games, the offense limped to 21st in total yards, with a pathetic 31. 6% third down conversion rate. And the defense? Under first-year coordinator Ryan Nielsen, it was a disaster, astoundingly bad, collapsing like a house of cards. The result? A 4-13 record, and the firing of head coach Doug Peterson. A man who once led the Eagles to a Super Bowl. Jacksonville wasn't just defeated, they were broken. Yet, from the ashes of this disaster, a bold new era was born. Let's meet the man tasked with resurrecting the Jaguars. Enter Liam Cohen, the former offensive coordinator of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, named Jaguars head coach, in a move that screamed risk, but oozed potential. Cohen's offensive genius was no secret, but the Jaguars didn't stop there. They pulled off the boldest move of the 2025 NFL Draft, trading up from pick 5 to pick 2 with
Yo, what is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today, I got my new Hakeem Olajuwon build in NBA 2K25. Now, just made the build. These are going to be the first games I play on the build. Hakeem Olajuwon, and these are my attributes, all right? Now, I know the first thing y'all probably going to say is you're going to look at the defense and say, well, Hakeem probably should have had a little bit more block and a little bit more interior. And I would agree with you, but in 2K25, you can play great defense with these two stats right here. More block, more interior, it starts to become like overkill at a point. And this is the point where it becomes overkill. Like, if you don't necessarily need more than this, because one, you're not playing players, honestly, you're just not playing that many players that play in the post, that, you know, play like inside the arc, whatever. You're basically going against spot-ups, really, honestly. So that's why I went 84-84. It gets the job done perfectly fine. 99 offensive rebound, 80 defensive rebound, 89 strength. I'm going to add the last 2 cap breakers from this season and next season, so I get 91. 99 post control, 99 close shot. We got an 80 driving layup on top of that. Now, if you're a person that doesn't want the layup, you can take the layup off and then you can, you know, whatever you want. But I wanted my layup because after the post spin, most of the times you go for a layup if there's any type of contest. Or sometimes you always don't get a dunk animation. So you want to be able to make it after you get somebody off you with a post spin. 89 mid-range shot with the 82 3-pointer. You can space the floor out with this as well. And we got pass accuracy. The name is a 3-level scoring paint beast. All right, that's the build name. Great build name. Now badge-wise, now I just made the build, so I don't have everything maxed out, but we have box out beast, paint prodigy. We got post-up poet, set shot, as you guys see, rebound chaser. Boom. And then we got that hook specialist, of course, on Legend. And this badge is crazy. You can definitely consistently make your hooks with hook specialist on Legend. Like, you can definitely make one. I took about 6 or 7 hooks in today's video. Only missed one. I know I only missed one. I know that for a fact, only missed one. So, yeah, these hooks go crazy. So, just letting y'all know that. Takeover I use deep post bags just, you know, for the video. But honestly, I don't know, man. I don't know. It might not be necessary, to be completely honest with you. It might not be necessary. You could probably run something like the Commander, or even, where's the other one? Intimidator. I would say probably run Intimidator, because look, you get more strength, you get more interior defense, and you get more block, and that makes it more like Hakeem if you run this Intimidator takeover, honestly. And you get the Rim Guardian badge too, which is not that great, but it'll still help you protect the paint. If that's something that you were worried about with this build, just run Intimidator. You really don't need post tape. You honestly don't, because your post control's already at 99. You already dominant down there. Honestly, like I would just run Intimidator, bro. Honestly. Now, in terms of jumper, I used 2 jumpers in today's video. I'm going to give you the better one. The first jumper in the first gameplay you're going to see, didn't like it. The second gameplay, I like this one a lot more. This is, let me hide this. Jabari Smith, Larry Bird, Michael Potter, max speed 35-65. That's the blend. And this is the jumper. This one's a much better. My first one, I was using Alexander Sar base. Don't use that. But I still use it. I shot, I think I went like 38% or 40%, one of those. But it wasn't good. This one's much better. I made a lot more of my jumpers with this. Trust. So guys, this is the build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Oh, the motion style I'm using, for anyone wondering, Gafford. And triple threat is Embiid. So that's that. And this is my Hakeem build in NBA 2K25. Hopefully you guys enjoy. We're going to be working out the post. We're going to be working out the post more in the second gameplay than the first. But yeah, nonetheless, we work out the post. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Let's get right to it.
Oh, that's too.
Why is that a quick animation?
All that practice.
Got another board. Look at me. Bruh. I'm gonna just kick it out next time, bro. Trying to force my buckets. I couldn't get back, bro. I could not get back in time. Get it back, bro. Get it back, bro. Alexander Sar. Wizard legend.
Hell no.
Because that's literally how you feel. Like when they come with the super, super hypersensitive stuff, you're like, what the fuck happened? They got that. They got that. Let's see, what? Wait. What are you trying to do exactly to have them talk? You want? Mm-hmm. Bam. Right there, just MCP. Oh, it's fucking butt naked open too. It's terrible. It's terrible. No, you can get that because you can have the agents have different back ends. So like you have one that could be Claude, another one that could be what's it called? OpenAI, and the other one like DeepSeek, and then they can. That's funny. I remember when I told you about this. I was like, You're like, no. Yeah, no, you know what though? It's funny that when we first talked about it, it's getting so sketch now that I wouldn't touch that shit either. Just how the government's acting. Cause they're acting kind of funny. No, but I get it now. Now you're smart. Well, and you see how quickly they change their stance. And if you are there doing whatever you're doing, you just got to pick up the pieces real quick. And if you think about it, that is our competitor. Woo, woo, woo. If you don't want to be super optimistic, you got to know something is going to come with that. You're on a time crunch. No. Yes. The fucking crazy part about this shit, like the people are not seeing it, because there's even most of these people, they're not economists, so they don't. Okay, I'll use a nice number. I'll just use a nice number. Let's say it knocks out 20% of those entry level jobs or whatever. Those people fucking spend money. Oh, it's done. Oh, it's fuck. It's worse. And I don't even think those some of those smaller companies, because there's things I'll show people that you can do with it that they had no idea that you could do, and it'll scare the fuck out of them. Like that one prompt I sent you, that motherfucker scares people. Because a lot of them don't really know how you can warm it up and all that type of shit. They don't really get that part of it. And they see that shit, they're like, wait, this motherfucker can be anybody? Yes. Yes, it can be anybody, motherfucker. And that's a bad thing, bro. Well, it's a good thing for a business owner, but I'm looking at it like, even when they're pushing these kids to the trades, like you motherfuckers don't know an economy of tradesmen in America. Because a lot of these white collar workers do spend money in excess. Like you're used to a growth economy, bro. Plumbers and electricians don't do that. They're known to be frugal. She might get tight around this bitch. Oh my god. Oh, they make so much goddamn money. Like 350, 3 something. More? 4 something? 5, 4, 6. Shut the fuck up. But the crazy part is they're tight as fuck with the money. Because they don't fucking spend nothing. I get why they don't spend nothing either, too, though, because of how it is, like how they doing everything. But like, all the people who are getting chipped up outside of like the people in the white collar work, you want to get these big houses, you want to take these nice vacations, you got all this other shit. You know, but those people spend, dude, the majority of fucking motherfuckers who are going to be electricians and plumbers, they're not buying no house at the fucking Bay. They're not doing that. I don't give a fuck if he even if the motherfucker owns if he owns the plumbing business. He's not doing that shit. Like, I don't think these people, because I did some simulations, and with it, oh my god, for if you do a 20% of the white collars getting laid off, we go from a growth economy to a maintenance economy because the people that replace them don't spend money. like I don't think. Yeah. Well, they spend money to the people who already got shit. Like if I fucking sell bleach and shit like that, they'll buy that shit. I know what's the name will start making more money though too though. Certain restaurants that aren't high end, that are more like mid tier, something like that could do real good. I think with this a little bit higher, like let's say like something like a Chili's. No, well, Chili's, Cocoa. That's not for the poors. Like most people ain't gonna eat that shit anyway. Outback Steakhouse, shit like that. Like what was it? Okay, I'll give you an American staple that is relatively cheap, but if I compare it to a real steakhouse, you're like whatever. What was it? Roadhouse? You know what I'm talking about? Texas Roadhouse? That motherfucker is popular as fuck. You load up a bunch of plumbers and electricians. Restaurants like that are gonna go ape shit. Those motherfuckers ain't going to Roof Chris. Cause it's just well, Roof Chris is okay until you start really getting some good steaks. Like you start going. Shit, one of my favorites. Actually, they got this one in Fogo de Chao where you'll get they got this Wagyu cut that they do that's actually really fucking good. Sometimes but you know what? I can see that going, and they actually would make good money too. Like Fogo de Chao, because I know there's a class of people who are at the more of the what do you call it, the Chili's range. If you gave them a little extra, they'll go to Fogo de Chao, they'll lose their mind. Like, oh my God, y'all. Because it's all you can eat, too. Oh, Ben is almost finished. Oh yeah, matter of fact that you said that, but. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.